Welcome back, guys, to the ESL Vainglory Cup Series. I'm Jason Kaplan, joined by Blueberries. I almost called you Don the Blueberries John for some weird reason. It popped in my head to say it. But we're back now with another exciting game.
Yeah.
And it comes down to one question and one question only for me. And it's been asked ever since cut number 1. Who is Feetspellen?
Yeah.
And today we're going to find out. We're finally going to be able to cast one of their matches. It's going to be them up against Fire Elements in our round of 16.
Yep.
And we're going to see if they're a pretty good team. They placed 4th in cut number 1, placed 3rd in cut number 2. They're definitely starting to prove themselves, and we're going to find out if they can maybe get 2nd place in cup number 3.
They are doing very, very great, and we are in the picking screen here. Actually, both teams are in the selection, and we have a full lock-in already on Team Fire Elements.
Well, before we get to the picks, why don't you walk us through the bans, because I know you were paying attention to that when we had those happen.
Feetspellen, they banned Vox, and Fire Elements, they banned Scarf. So the other team is picking the one which is free, vice versa, as you can see. So picking Vox and Scarf wherever it is available.
This looks eerily familiar on the side of Fire Elements. I feel like we kind of maybe just saw this exact lineup for Unknown.
Maybe they saw this. I think they have the same idea, or they
actually finished their game after hours.
Yeah.
So
they were
unless they're watching on stream and playing and also communicating via like a VoIP, then that'd be really impressive. But we've seen the comp work.
Yeah.
I want to see if Techno is going to build his Taka the same way.
I personally know that Techno is a very, very strong Taka player. I know this from other tournaments and VGL, so therefore I can see the screenshots and stream the matches. And I would be scared actually to see Techno playing Taka. So let's see actually which item is he going for, or what builds he would like to go. Alright, let's talk about the item builds. Cool here, played by Legendaries with the attack speed, and what an interesting situation here. Let's just break that, and they are going for the start, and now they see that they are coming in from the top of the match. Of the map, excuse me. I think we don't.
Typically, they're coming to the top of the match as well. It's a start. I mean, it works.
Yeah. All right.
But yeah, so they went for an instant evade. I think this is the first time I've seen that so far, which is actually it's cool to see adaptations like that.
You have to be pretty quick, because since patch 1.4, the spawn time from those minions on the Halcyon Fold is lowered, and therefore they are a bit faster on the map, and therefore you have to be really quick actually to walk all the way here to the enemy bush. But it went pretty good.
And just to kind of go over the laps for you guys at home, since you haven't really seen these teams, I don't think we've casted a single one of them. We have Leia on Vox, Bayu on Catherine, Legendaries on Cruel for Feetspellen, and for Fire Elements, don't worry, I do see the elements is spelled incorrectly. That was my bad. We have Techno JJ on Taka, Troy Max Element, well, Troy Max on Fire, or on Koshka, and Lazy on Scarf for Fire Elements.
Alright, so Fire Elements, they are actually an independent sub-team from Elements, and Elements is like a bunch of players grouped up together, forming up different sub-teams. This is the information I have and I see on social media and chats. Therefore, I can give you that information. And I asked Feetspellen, who are you? And they said, we are no one. We
are the little ringy thing on a bike. We're the bell on a bike.
This is the right
that's what a
translation. So that's the ring on your bike, actually. And yeah, we have here in lane Vox against Taka. That is what we have just seen on the latest match, Unknown versus Red. So let's see if Techno is going to be that dominating as Redemption last game.
Well, you're seeing Leia try to do something a little bit different. So sitting in the bush to try to get aggressive and kind of force him back. But again, Techno, just the Book of Eulogies is keeping him full HP. And Leia's already out of energy. Does actually have a pot or 2 left, so should be fine. Or the potions, but Taka, we haven't seen a counter, at least a rise so far. I remember seeing this thread on Reddit, as like reddit.com/r/Vainglory game, and it was like someone theorizing. I'll give about 10 seconds as we do see Techno get engaged on, but he does have the stealth, does have the ability to get away, and it should be fine. Look for the turn though onto Ares, and he's on a very sliver of HP. But it was a conspiracy theory about Playoff Beard. About every character he plays becomes ridiculously strong in the next patch. So, just pointing that out there. That Taka apparently was like one of the characters he did play, and then Jewel, and now they're just really strong. So, gotta find out who he plays next, just to get ahead of the curve.
That would be fun to watch, and that would be fun to see in patch 1.5, which I'm very excited to see actually, with the new skin for Krul. Here we see Krul just got a new skin revealed in the dev stream, which looks absolutely stunning. I love to see that guitar Krul. So he has not a sword, he has a guitar. And now we see Fire Element here, trying to steal some creeps. I don't know if they were able to do so, but looks like this lazy element here chasing legendaries. And now he is running into Techno JJ. Can he pick up first blood? No, look at this damage here. Lots of stacks applied here. Plus Bayou is now eating damage and therefore going down. I don't know, he was just, felt like he was just running through all the people. And then
taking free damage from auto attacks too, and the birding, and look at that. We're going to go engage again onto Legendaries, who does get the smite off, but it's not enough. The burn is too much. And Lazy does secure himself his finally first kill of the game, as Fire Element's taking a 2-0 lead. Feetspell, and you know, we put them in the limelight. We finally show them. They've placed well the first 2 cups, but they've been, let's just say, not really impressive so far. I want to see more of them. I expected more of a one-sided match for a round of 16 when they've been able to get to a top 4 finish 2 cups running.
I think everyone was somewhere talking about Feetspell, like, man, where are all those points coming from? We haven't seen them live, and we were also sitting here talking about Feetspell, and yeah, so therefore now you see them. They have a lot of pressure on their shoulders, actually. Expectations are high. Let's see if they can make it here in this game. But I mean, we are just 5 minutes in the game. The gold is almost 1,000 ahead here for Fire Elements.
That's a pretty big lead, too, 5 minutes in. I mean, it's not like the first game when it was Ready to Die versus Joe Bro. It was like 6,000 in the first couple of minutes.
Oh, yeah.
But still,
that's something different when you have a DC.
Very. But definitely a strong start. Lazy getting caught out just a little bit. See Legendaries and Bayou trying to do enough damage to lock him down. The smite will be coming in, but not enough damage. And now Troy.
Oh, the wait for it barely, hits Troy here. And Legendaries, I don't know.
He was caught buying. He was caught, and now Lazy, he will survive as he runs away, but they pick up a kill. That's a 3-0 lead. They're looking for Leia. And on that Vox, I don't think he's going to escape. Troy Max, he might fall for this one. No, he's just barely going to get away. They pick up the ace. They're going to pick up the gold mine. And I feel like we put too much pressure on Feetspell, and they are now down 0-5, 6 minutes in. They're going to be down 2,000 gold too. You can't count them out just yet. They still have a strong team, but this is a fantastic start for Fire Elements, who hasn't really gone far in the tournament so far.
Definitely true, and I mean, Feetspell, they have a lot of points, so in the first cup, in the second cup, they collected a lot of them, and therefore, of course, now they collect some more, and I mean, it would be great to see Feetspell in the great final to make it to the top 8 teams. I just see there they are placed number 3 currently, which is amazing in terms of points. And here Troy has a very bad spot. He is getting caught by Feetspell, picking up the first kill here actually. Maybe they can now focus again on their own strategy, go for some invades or some picks here and there, and yeah, get some gold.
Yeah, and you have Firewalkers who haven't finished past the round of 16. Or sorry, Firewalkers. Fire Elements, I got the confused with someone else. They're actually in tied for 15th place with like 8 other people, so not really 15th place.
Yeah.
The top 8 we currently have, well, we do have a little bit of a lull in the action. It's Unknown in first, Collab in second, Feetspell in third, Red Team 1 in fourth, Red Team 2 in fifth, Team HC in sixth, Oak in 7th, and French Walkers in 8th. So still a lot of points to be had. So you can't really assume that any of those teams are necessarily 100% safe, except I would assume Unknown and Collab should be relatively safe throughout the rest of the cups.
That could be, and let's look. Let's have a look at this. No action going on. I was hoping that someone is checking the other bush, but never mind. Techno here still in the lane. Let's quickly talk about the item builds. He's going the different way. He's going the tension bow way. That is what I just said the last match. There is, let's say, Oh, Yummy Cat and Frenzy onto Layla here, the focus, and everyone is going in. There comes the wait for it, dealing great damage here from Layla. Nice disengage and positioning. Techno JJ now in a pretty bad situation. Legendaries wants to dive him, and he cannot apply his Spectral Smite because the distance was actually too high between those two. And they are going to get some damage here from the mines. A bit of vision. Very risky from Layla to stay here, because Lazy, well, he was just cleaning up the minions there, picking up some gold. That could have ended a lot different.
It could have, but Feetspell, and they're slowly clawing their way back into the game. They've been able to pick up the 2 kills in the last few minutes without giving away too many themselves. Actually, I don't think they give away any in the last 2 kills. They still have a lot of work cut out for them. Again, a strong team, Feetspell. They're in 3rd place currently across the entire standings. Remember, it's I think 8 cups. Is it 8 cups?
Yep, 8 or 9. I don't know if the 9th is
for some
the
reason,
final.
I just can't remember off the top of my head. But every cup leads up to points, which you accumulate throughout the entire, let's call it a season, throughout the entire series. And then at the end, on June 12th, we'll be playing out the finals with the top 8 teams with points. To determine who's the best team in Vainglory, and that just counts for the North America and European region. We have seen a couple of Southeast Asian teams playing, but I guess the ping difference is a little bit too high for them, or maybe the time difference is a little bit too much, but they haven't been playing too much in this one. But here we go, about to hit the 10-minute mark, and Feetspell only down about 900 gold. They're definitely catching up. They were down 2k earlier, and there's another kill coming in and catching out Troy Max, and Lazy, he might be caught out too.
We have 9 cups and the grand final. This is like the 10th cup actually, or the 10th event. Just make sure, just look that up to be sure about that one. And 3 to 5, so seems like they are going to come back, at least they want to. And when I just finished my item analysis, there was another action. Now there is the gold mine, so we cannot talk about items yet. And there comes Techno JJ, there comes the wait for it, dealing great damage to Taka. He has a problem, and also the ultimate from Bio here. The action is not stopped yet. Techno trying to pick up Layla, and is wow, what a double kill here. Amazing play with the Axe Ratsu and actually the Chitin. Can they kill up legendaries here? It looks like they can, and it is an ace for Fire Element here after almost 11 minutes. They are going to push that turret for sure.
Well, they did lose the gold mine, but they can make up their money when it comes to it with that fight and with the turret. So well done by them. They do secure about a 2,000 gold lead yet again. They're looking for maybe another turret, but Leia and Bayu have come back in to help out. So I'm assuming they're not going to be able to really do too much more damage to that turret. But nonetheless, they're still keeping up this pressure. Fire Elements, yeah, they lost a couple of kills here and there, but they're still staying grouped as a team. They're still, keeping their morale high as a team. And they are fighting back. And we kind of have to talk about, when it comes to this late game, I'm assuming just because you see Cruel alone that we're going to give the late game to Feetspell.
Let's look at this. Cool is going for the Shiver Steel. So therefore, together with double Blazing Salvo, 70 attack speed bonus here for him. A bit annoying, so he makes sure that no one will leave the battlefield once he reach them with the Deadman's Rush. Techno here, he has finished the Tension Bow, as already said a minute ago, together with nothing else than a Heavy Steel. So he is looking for, in comparison to Redemption, not for the high burst on time. I mean, the Tension Bow does burst damage, but not as much as Crystal, because, as said, the Axe Ratsu and the Chitin, they do stack with Crystal damage.
Yeah, it seems like it's more about sustained damage in the fights, but we'll see how that works out. If he gets stunned up, he's not going to be doing much sustained damage, to be honest. And they're going to go for the catch. Bio does get caught up by Lazy just a little bit. Almost at that 13-minute mark. The Kraken becoming a very real possibility, as it will spawn in just a few minutes. But you can see both teams really hesitant to go for anything, really hesitant to fight at this point, because it's such a huge snowball effect. You lose one big fight, you lose another, and you can see yourself losing the game. Unless you're unknown who can come back just from these ridiculous games. That's still close to 2,000 gold difference. Not seeing it reflected too much in items, but when Legendaries, picks up his next item, I think things are going to get a little bit dangerous.
Well, it could be everyone has his or her ultimate up, actually, and therefore I think the next fight will be definitely a big one. 30 minutes into the game, 3 to 8 the score. 1.5 thousand gold ahead here. Fire Elements are actually defending that gold mine, at least. Well, they have to take it. That was the right way. Let's see. No one wants to start, actually, this situation. Now they try to get the gold miner. There comes the ultimate from Lazy Element and the wait for it. Blast Tremor from Bayou here, silencing off the enemies. But now we see several kills here. And Lazy Element, the last survivor of Team Fire Element, has to back up. No, there comes the stun from Catherine, and Legendaries picking up that ace. Nice comeback here, actually, for Team Fitzbellen. So they are not done yet.
It's kind of a rough spot to be in, to fight on the gold mine. Like I feel like Fire Elements didn't really need to commit to that, because not only are you tanking the enemy team, you're tanking the gold mine, which puts on so much extra damage and makes it that much more difficult for you to win any sort of fight. And especially when you have Fitzbellen get the engage that they wanted. Just a dangerous bout all around. And Bayou, you got to give him credit, silencing out Lazy, so his ultimate was completely cancelled, just mitigating a huge amount of damage. And that single thing alone might have actually just won him the fight.
Absolutely. The gold mine is almost full, so 300 gold here waiting for the owner, which is currently Fitzbellen, but there is the action going on. Let's head into this one. Spitfire here. Spitfire hitting pretty good from Lazy Element onto Bayou, and now they want to take the gold mine because they know at least the tank is low on health. There comes the X-Ratsu onto Bayou. This is the wrong target. The wait for it deals immense damage here onto Team Fire Element, and they are picking up the second ace within 2 minutes, I think. 9-9, what a comeback. Gold is even. Turrets are even, and they are going to pick up the next one. Wow.
Well, I feel like maybe Fitzbellen have a slow start, but their mid-game really starts to ramp up. You saw them, like I said, pick up 2 back-to-back aces against some great fights, even with Bayou on a sliver of HP, and they're going straight for the Kraken.
Which is actually a very risky call. Why? The death time at minute 15 is not that high. I mean, everyone is alive.
Needs to help.
I think that was a risky call. If they're able to do so and pick up Kraken, yes. The point is, Fire Elements didn't even see this coming. You see, they are back in the game for a long time, but they didn't see this coming. There was no mine actually here besides the Kraken revealing actually the Kraken.
Well, who would expect it when they're already on not much HP? You know, it's kind of a risky thing to do. But now that they do have it back on full HP, looking to pick up more turrets, get more gold, so they can buy, guess what, more items. And they have tied the kills up 16 minutes. They have the goldie for the first time this game, and they're looking for a kill. The stun will come in on the Tetno, and he will get taken out by half HP. He will escape this one just barely, but now Troymax, he might not be so lucky as he gets taken down to below half again. The wait for it doing some massive damage, and Lazy Element, he will soon fall. Tetno, I'm not sure if he can escape this. He will pop everything he has to get away from that with the boots. But with the Kraken there, with him the only man alive, and 20 seconds to go on the rest of his team, Fitzbellen, I think, has secured themselves a win yet again, and this time to get into the quarterfinals.
They are doing everything they can. There is the next ace coming in, and I think we can call this match a GG here. What a comeback from Fitzbellen, showing off that they do not give up even if they have a slow start in the beginning.
Yeah, it was a little rough for them, but they played well. You know, credit to them to really claw their way back into the game. And I'm actually going to take a look at the bracket really quick to see what teams we do have making our way through, so we can give you guys some sort of idea of what games will be coming the rest of the way for you today. But, you know, well done. Really well done by them. And I guess that kind of answers our question is of who is Fitzbellen? Well, a team that might have a weak beginning, but definitely have a strong end. Absolutely.
So Fitzbellen, my hidden champion in the Cup Series, now not hidden any longer. They have revealed themselves, at least they had to. So great start, great performance. A bit, as you already said, a slow start, but they are showing off some great team fights.
Well, as you can see there on the brackets, we have Unknown playing against Pew 2. Team Nemesis did pick up the win versus Team Infer 4. I don't know how to say that name. I'm sorry,
Team
guys.
Yeah.
Infer 4.
That's fine.
Team HC, unfortunately, the loser, actually the second place finish from cut number 2, losing out to House Batiatus.
Yeah,
Still difficult to say. Well, Panthers going up against Red Team 2. Feetspellin did take the victory versus Fire Elements. Team Crunch versus French Walkers. Joe Bro, who we did see in the first game of the day, up against XCTN. Walkers up against Collab. I'm honestly not sure what game we should go to next.
I have no idea.
I feel like we should... Yeah, go ahead.
When I look at this, I mean, so great matchups, and yeah, we have to now check which could be possible the best one.
I think we're going to talk about it in the break before we do come back. But guys, we're going to head to that quick little break, and when we come back, we'll be kicking off. I should look at the camera when I'm doing this. I'm just trying to get sure everything's set up so we're good to go. When we do come back, it will be the round of 8, the quarterfinals, and hopefully we'll have another exciting match coming your way. This is the ESL Vainglory Cup Series, cut number 3, and we'll see you guys in just a few minutes.